This phone here does not have reception. This phone does. I'm going to open the app, and we're in a checkpoint area. You see here, the beginning of this route. So I'm going to open it, and it's already achieved this checkpoint, and there's the time. And I'm going to open this one, and it's achieved the checkpoint. Okay. Okay, this is a beta test of the Cannonball Rally software. It can also be used for any other kind of rally or checkpoint event or waypoint event or whatever you got going on. So essentially, what it does is the rally organizer sets up a bunch of checkpoints. It can be anywhere in the world, otherwise known as waypoints. And the app does nothing to help you get to those checkpoints. However, it is a reliable way of recording if competitors have reached those checkpoints. Checkpoints set up by the rally organizer or the rally master consists of longitude, latitude, and radius. So the size of the checkpoint. The minimum size of a checkpoint right now is 25 meters. But for instance, that first start checkpoint, which traditionally would be, let's say, where a rally check-in occurs, usually at a rally hotel or like an open field, that we just make a giant, 200-meter radius checkpoint because we just want to confirm that the system is working. So that's what the start checkpoint is. And you'll notice that it says 0 points. I don't know if you can see that, but it says 0 points. So that start checkpoint was awarded 0 points. Actually, we can go to the leaderboard. So that's the leaderboard right now. And I have two phones, left phone, right phone. And there are 0 points. And then what I'll do is I'll start screen recording on one of these as soon as we go past the Hurricane Ridge park office. And just for ADV cannonballers and anyone else organizing a automotive rally with the combination of a GPX track and checkpoints, I quickly made this red line is a GPX track, and competitors would be encouraged to follow the GPX track, and along that track we have checkpoints. In this particular mock-up of a rally, we have checkpoints in different locations. Some are in laybys, some are in parking lots, and many are directly in the middle of the road. And the rally organizer, if a checkpoint is in the middle of a road and it's a high-speed road, which this isn't, you would make the radius quite large just to avoid any discrepancy with GPS accuracy. We can make the app, but I can't control the way satellites work and the way the phone works with GPS accuracy. But what you can see on both of these phones is right there, right now, the phone is giving me 10-meter accuracy. So that's very good for an iPhone. And this one is a 5-meter accuracy for some reason. But you'll also see that this phone is offline and this phone is online. And it doesn't matter. The genius of the app is whether you're in the middle of Antarctica or you just happen to be outside a cell phone range, the app will record the checkpoint, and the next time it goes online, it will synchronize with the databases. As a matter of fact, if you see on the very top here, it says 1 checkpoint awaiting upload. So it will buffer locally until it connects with the database, and then it will coordinate with the leaderboard showing which checkpoints are being achieved by which competitors. And then when you initialize the app, you're given a rally token. It consists of a few characters, and you punch that into the app, and that's the only time you really must be connected to the database, to an online connection, maybe a hotel Wi-Fi or a Starlink or a cellular network. And that is the only time you must be connected to the internet. That way you can download all of the checkpoints for the entire rally. So you never need an internet connection to go and achieve checkpoints. And then each competitor, there's some functionality in each checkpoint here. It says copy coordinates, and it says see on map. So you can actually press copy coordinates. I'll do it on this phone here. Now I can press copy, and now it's copied in the clipboard. So I can leave this app, and I can paste that app into any kind of navigation software that the competitor may want to use to navigate to that checkpoint. Alternatively, I can press see on map, and boom, there it is. It's on the map, and I can just press navigate, and I can go to that checkpoint. And the most important thing I really want to hit home is that data is in the phone. I didn't need to connect to a server to get that. And I've been in other rallies where, you've gone into the middle of the desert or something, and you don't know where the next checkpoint is, and the app fails because it's trying to connect to the database, to download that checkpoint data. So that's one of the big things that we're proud of is all the checkpoints, no matter how big the rally is contained locally in the phone. And there we go. We achieved the checkpoint, and that one is called Main Gates, and it was worth 10 points. And now in this one, you can see it says they're waiting for 2 checkpoints to upload, and this one here is just uploading the one. Okay, we're just going to wait for my buddy Rob. It's actually his first time on a little bit of a trip. He's on my little T-Dub 200, and we're just going to go slow. But let's go over a few things here quickly. So this one is offline, this one is online, and this is waiting to upload checkpoints. And actually, Rob's not here yet, so let's quickly connect Tether. So we'll tether, and then we'll watch these points accumulate here once that gets on the line. Over here on this phone. There, see the points? Checkpoints achieved. And there's 10 points. So once it connected, it uploaded the checkpoints. But for our purposes, we're going to disconnect from that just to really test. And then one thing I wanted to point out is that you'll notice I left on the Wi-Fi antenna, and that's because it assists with GPS reception, believe it or not. Okay, you ready, Rob? You ready to rally? Hell yeah. Okay, so we're simulating a rally. So we're going to keep an eye out on our GPS here where the next checkpoint is. I'm just going to zoom out. Now, how a competitor, you know, does their rally is really their business. So someone may have a tank bag with a list of all the checkpoints and which one's next. Someone may program their Garmin or maybe another navigation software in the order of checkpoints they want to achieve, or they may just go show a map and go to the next one and that's it. So, you know, it depends how serious you are of, you know, achieving checkpoints, is how involved you want to be with accomplishing them. Or maybe you're doing a rally just for the fun of it and you just want to ride along the GPX line and have a fun rally. So anyways, there's a bit of sunlight there. Sorry about that. Yeah, so how you run your rally is your own business. And the app simply records the achievements in a rock solid way. You don't have to take a picture and then go to the rally master and prove that you were there. There's no ambiguity of when you achieve the checkpoint. So it records here, everything is universal coordinated time. You'll see there's a rally clock up here, and then you will see when you achieve the checkpoint, the date and the exact time down to the second in universally coordinated time. And the rally master has access to all that data, and the public can also see some of the data. They can see the last checkpoint you achieved, and you can see the number of points. You can see your ranking in the rally, and if the phone is connected to the internet, that's a big asterisk. And this phone is currently connected, so if anyone has the leaderboard link, the scoreboard link, you will see little dots for all the competitors riding along the route, which is really cool. Oh, there's some deer and a baby deer up there. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, those are newborns. Oh my goodness. You see the newborns there. Oh, they're just tiny. Oh, that's third gear or something. There she is. There's spots. Oh, let's put this down. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next checkpoint and show you achieving a checkpoint. Actually, I might as well show you this too. So the rally master or event coordinator, depending on what kind of event you're doing, can broadcast messages to every competitor in a mass broadcast. And that's what this is here. It says there's one message waiting. So we can click on that. I got shitty gloves. Maybe I can press this one. There we go. Oh, this isn't online. So it has to be online to receive the message from the database, obviously. And there it is there. There is a message from the rally master, and it's a very serious one. It says, go faster, more lean angle. Yeah, that's funny. So that's another functionality of the app, is that you can broadcast messages to, official notices from the organizers to everyone, and it will appear there. And actually, there's a cool sound that plays when a message is received. Actually, we'll play that now.
New message from the event organizer.
And then our kind of policy with the app is that you must have your apps in this configuration. It must be open, the screen must be unlocked, and it must be continuously powered. In this case, even this old junk phone is a MagSafe phone, I think is the very first one. and you'll see that it's being charged, and so is this one. So these are just ram mount mag-safe motorcycle chargers. But you know, this could be in a car with a USB cable, or it could be on a boat or an airplane, or you know, if you're doing a walking challenge, you don't necessarily have to have the app open all the time, but you, as long as you know specifically you will be at the checkpoint, you know, go ahead and open the app, and it will record the checkpoint after it establishes a good GPS fix. But our policy is, you know, why take the risk of missing a checkpoint? Our policy is go buy a cheap phone and just always have it open. There's no excuse. You spent so much money to come to a rally. You spent thousands of dollars. You have assuming an expensive bike or a car or whatever. Just don't cheap out. Just buy a good phone and just leave it open. Okay, we have a checkpoint coming up. I don't know why Garmin defaults to a heart, but it does. And we will. I think this one is off the road, so I think we pull off to achieve the checkpoint. Oh no, it's right here at the entrance of the tunnel. There we go, and we achieved both checkpoints at both devices. Oh, tunnel. Everyone knows the rules of tunnels. And you will notice that the GPS accuracy dropped a little bit there because we were in a tunnel, and it went back to green. So it is a highly accurate representation of GPS accuracy. Rob probably thinks I'm a child, but that's okay. Yeah, and more to the point here, the last checkpoint goes to the top of the list. So when you're riding along or driving along or flying along, whatever, you can always just refer to the last checkpoint and the name of the checkpoint. The name of the checkpoint is established by the person who creates the rally, and it shows you the date and time it was recorded in the device locally. And I guess we can talk about how to create a rally. All of this here runs on a web app. The web app not only is used for the administrator, it can optionally be used by the rally master, because no one wants to put waypoints or checkpoints, build a rally in your device alone. It's just cumbersome to cut and paste and do all this from a phone. Whereas if you log into our web portal, the Rally Master only, you will be able to use, Google Maps is what I use, and you can cut and paste the longitude and latitude into the web-based app and build the rally that way, which is really easy and efficient and less prone to mistakes. And we'll set up a video how to properly do that. But I just wanted to say that you're not stuck using the apps to build your rally. And then for really big rallies where there's a lot on the line, you can have a person that is in front of a computer on a laptop or anywhere in the world monitoring the event in real time, and they can make adjustments on the fly. We don't recommend making any checkpoint adjustments once the rally has started, because a device, obviously, it's not magic, has to be online to receive the updated checkpoint information. So we recommend never changing a waypoint once the device is, once any competitor has entered their token and downloaded the rally, there's not time for changing things anyways. But you can, the Rally Master can award and unaward any regular GPS-based checkpoint at will, and they can do that from any kind of device. And in addition to, this is, you'll see here, it says, underneath the 10 points, it says GPS. So that is a GPS type of checkpoint. So that is the normal type of checkpoint that the competitor has to ride to or get to. And I'm going to pause for a minute. We have a checkpoint coming up, and I can see it's just to the left of the road. So that one is definitely on a pull-off. And that has a smaller radius. Is it this one? No, it's the next one. So I'm just going to pull off here. I'm going to signal to Rob. We're going to pull off, and we're going to achieve a checkpoint. And we're going to watch carefully here. There we go. And that was a smaller radius checkpoint. Let me just check on Rob. Hey, Rob, let's get in front of this car here. Oh, there's another deer. Hey, bud, you gonna run out in front of me? That looks like a yearling. And there's the last competitor of the rally. They ended up there. No, I'm kidding. Okay, we were talking about checkpoints. So in addition to that normal type of checkpoint, which you set out the coordinates, you set out the radius, and you also set out how many points are awarded for that checkpoint. And one of the reasons why we created this app, because we were using TSD rally apps in the past, kind of, making it work. But the problem is, you don't accumulate points in a TSD rally, you accumulate demerit points. And in a TSD rally, the smallest score wins. But in a checkpoint rally, may it be, something like a Dakar or something like the ADV Cannonball Rally or Scooter Cannonball or Motorcycle Cannonball or any kind of checkpoint rally, you want to accumulate points. It's the opposite. So that's the reason why we ended up creating the app. That was one reason. The other reason was the offline, rock solid nature of the other apps didn't give us a lot of confidence. So we hope that other people will use this app, and for a while we'll make it free for everyone to use. And the way that works is you have to contact us, the administrator, and we will create an event for you. So you will tell us, the name of the event, the organization, if there is one, and how many people you expect to have in the rally. You can change that, but you want to keep it as kind of accurate as possible, because if you say 1,000 people and 100 people show up, there's a whole lot of database being wasted for no reason. But that's the information you give us is the name of the event, the type of the event, very, very basic information, and then we set it up, and then we will email you a token for the Rally Master, and then you're on your way. You go to the web app or you go to any one of our apps, you enter in the token, and you start creating your apps. So we talked about the GPS checkpoint, and now let's talk about the other kind of checkpoint, which is a bonus checkpoint. A bonus checkpoint can be whatever that particular rally wants to, kind of have a fun checkpoint. In the ADV Cannonball, we award 25 points for the first competitor to reach the hotel each night.
Checkpoint achieved.
So that is something that is awarded manually. So there are two ways of doing that as the organizer. You can have someone sitting there and going, yeah, well, you know, number 32 arrived first, so I'm going to press award checkpoint on the Rally Master app. Or at the end of the night at the pub, you can go through all the checkpoints and it will sort them who achieved the checkpoint first. And that's some functionality in the Rally Master app, is you can see who arrived first. It's quite obvious. And then you can just go in and press a button on the Rally Master app and then award that particular bonus point. But you know, you can have bonus checkpoints, you know, for whatever creative way that you want. It can be based on anything. And I'm going to change this to always on. Auto lock. This is how you make your phone always stay on. Oh, they're doing some big work here. It's a nice set of curves here. Oh, I got Rob behind me. Okay, we got a checkpoint coming up. It's just on the curve here. And there we go.
Checkpoint
Obviously,
achieved.
when this rally was set up, this particular checkpoint was set up with a wide radius because we didn't want anyone to stop. That was obviously a dangerous corner. You don't want people stopping on corners. But you know, whoever sets up the rally can make it as extreme or as safe as you want. That's really your business. But you know, we don't like people stopping on roadways or on corners. You know, let's minimize the risk to competitors. You know, checkpoints can be anywhere. They can be in the middle of a desert or in the middle of a lake, or you can make them, you know, 10 kilometers wide and, you know, have them in the flight path of an airplane or a hot air balloon or something. You can have it, you know, quite narrow, 25 meters. Let's say you're doing an orienteering event where people are learning to navigate with a compass and a map, paper map. And, you know, they can orient themselves, navigate themselves on foot even. Or let's say you have an ultra marathon type of event or hiking event where competitors have to hike the full length of the Pacific Crest Trail or something, and you set up checkpoints in strategic places that are not really accessible by car. Why are we stopping here? What's happening? We're gonna go around here. Okay. Oh, they're taking pictures. Okay, we might just edit to the next waypoint here. All right, let's talk about the Rally Master creating competitors. When you create a new competitor, you will choose between one and the maximum number of competitors and assign a competitor number. And you will see here, this competitor's name is, you know, right phone, because I'm really creative. And the competitor number is 2. You assign a team name if you want to. I'm the BMW Farm Team. And there are other informations that you put in there, which is like social media links, you know, things like that, notes, the type of vehicle, maybe, and there'll be a checkpoint there.
Checkpoint achieved.
Right on this curve. And information is accessible by the rally staff. And then when a competitor is created, the system will generate a token that 6, 7, or 8 digit token. It's like a password, and that is all you give to a competitor. And at rally check-in, they simply punch in that token, and the phone has to be online. It will download everything into that device. I think there's a checkpoint in here too. Okay. It got cold up here. It's 10 degrees Celsius up here. You can see I'm still on the rally GPX route. I don't know why that's there, but I think they just want people to slow down.
Checkpoint achieved.
And now you will see that the phone with reception is also offline. And that's interesting. No parking, turnaround only. Okay, so we're gonna go because the rally has to go, so we must go. So yeah, this one here is now offline, but we still have full GPS accuracy, and now this phone is buffering checkpoints internally. So right now we're past the welcome center or the visitor center because, you know, it burned down, if anyone knows about Hurricane Ridge. And this is the little extension road. And now this is back online, and you'll see that it's finished. It's no longer buffering, and it has uploaded them to the database, to the server. And this one is still buffered all of them. I'm really harping on that because there are so many rallies that are in places like this that there are no towers. Sometimes there's no power, and you know, it's a shame that you would invest so much to get out somewhere and you're just using a regular app, and you know, requires a connection to the internet to download the next checkpoint or even report that you have achieved that checkpoint. You've just thrown everything away, you know. It would be a real shame, and that's happened to me. So that was my motivation for doing all this work was, you know, I've invested a lot in a rally. I've gotten out somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and then, you know, I had a technical failure, and it was a shame. I just wasted all that time and money, and it was all thrown away. And there's another checkpoint coming up. And sometimes there's rallies with, you know, language barriers where, you know, the organizers may be speaking, you know, French or Spanish or something, and competitors don't really get all the information. So having an app like this that requires no interaction from anyone besides putting in, you know, your token is really, actually running straight, is really important, because you don't have to know to press a button or do something or operate it in a certain way. It just is always on, and it always just works. It's as simple as that. You know, our theory is if someone can screw something up, they will. So the only thing people can do in this app, and hopefully they don't do it, is you can press the log out, and then once you log out, you know, that's it. You know, you're screwed, right? But if you are online, you can punch your token back in and, you know, continue your rally. There is no interruption. but you have to have that token. So whether they write it down in their road book or they write it down in their dashboard or they put it, what I do is I put it in a note in the phone, and then I can cut and paste that note, that token out of my note into the app if you ever lose it. There's a
Checkpoint achieved.
And the other one achieved it. And that's the final checkpoint. So the rally master arbitrarily gave this particular checkpoint 25 points. Check this view out. And we're stuck with this guy. And there's that checkpoint. I can see it's way off the road there. So that's obviously in that parking lot. Oh, and that's another thing. You don't have to get checkpoints in any particular order. This is a great example of that, is that checkpoint was on the left side of the road. And obviously we're in a country that we ride on the right side of the road. So me as the competitor, I chose not to cross traffic, and I made a decision to get that checkpoint on the way out, which is something that we'll do right now. I can see the checkpoint, I can see the entrance to this parking lot, and I'm gonna pull off and achieve that checkpoint. That's a nice van. And we achieved the checkpoint.
Checkpoint achieved.
And nice signal. Muppet. Okay. Check for traffic. And we're good. Rob's keeping up like a badass. And then we can see here again, we're on the phone that has a cell phone connection, but not right now because we're in the middle of nowhere. It is buffered 2 checkpoints. This one's buffered, I don't know, it looks like 8 or something. And now we're gonna exit this parking lot and we're gonna do an off-road section or off-pavement section called Obstruction Point. And mainly for Rob, because he's got cool T-dub. He's got some awesome tires on there. I, of course, have Road 6 tires on, so not exactly the right equipment, but we're not going to whine. Oh no, they closed it. Are you fucking kidding me? Darn it,